guys, Nick the Ozark Angler here. I'm in my garage and this video is going to be a little bit different. This video is going to help those of you guys that have Nitro Z9, Z8, Z7 boat with these kinds of seats. Unfortunately, Nitro didn't use some of the best quality vinyl on them, and as you can see here, for a boat that's a little over, well, it's 2013, so it's about 5 years old. But these things started to rip on me after I owned the boat for about maybe a year. That's why I don't even have a middle seat in mine. I actually pulled it out and put this little step pad there. And this one, as you can see, it's all rotted out and ripped apart. So this is probably a common issue. I've seen several of these with the same issue. And I went ahead and ordered a whole new set of seats from bassboatseats.com for a really good price. They're not going to be a matching, I went with a darker color, like a black with this kind of gray on it, just to kind of match the top of just the color theme of the boat, and for a better price too. So this video is going to contribute to you guys that have these Nitro boats that have the seats and the vinyl ripping on them. This is just going to be a simple install of the new seats, or removal of the old seats, then the install of the new seats. And step one, you need a 7/16 deep well socket. That'll definitely help you when you try to get onto the nut on the back of the seat from the inside. All you have to do is pull out your rear compartment on the driver's side or passenger side, and you can reach up inside and find the nut that holds these seats in place. There's 3 of them, and you just back them off, and then this backrest will pull right out, and you can go from there. And then you take the seat off. We'll go into the seat after I get this backrest off. So let's start with that. See, these are the studs that I was talking about. The nut was on the back of them, so a deep well socket would help you big time get those off. But once you get it loose, that's all you need to do. So a wrench will work just fine. So either a deep well socket at 7/16 or a wrench at 7/16, you can back it off. Once you get it loose, you can hand untighten it. And let's work on the butt seat. All right, so now you can see there's just screws here. You undo these screws, they'll take that whole plate off, and we're going to just replace that as a whole. Alright, so as you can see, got those seats out already. Moving over to this side, gonna pull these out, and then we'll go from there. Look at how beat up that seat is, that just doesn't look good. And with this boat being transferred into my boat rental program, I want this to be a positive experience for somebody that rents it. When they walk up to the boat, I want them to see it's nice, it's clean, seats are new and they're not beat up. That just creates a positive experience when you're starting out. That's how you want to start your day. Anytime you do anything, you want to start it with a positive vibe. Walking up to a boat, seeing nice seats, keeping it nice and clean, that's a big deal. So if you guys have a Nitro Z series boat, preferably like the Z9, Z8, Z7s, this is how you replace your seats. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, and bassboatseats.com got the replacements. I'll pull those out here in just a second. Let's get this last butt seat out and we'll go from there. See? You can see how ripped up that seat is. Replacing it, it's going to add a little bit of character to this boat. Makes it look nicer and a lot more positive atmosphere. But if you ever wondered what your Nitro looked like without seats in it, there you have it. So this is what the new seats will look like once I get them mounted in. But before I install these, I'm taking this thing to the boat detail shop, getting the entire boat reworked, cleaned up, lettered for my rental business. And then when I get it back, these new seats are going to go in there. I think they match the carpet really well. The exterior of the boat being black, red, and white, I think that matches pretty darn well, and I look forward to getting these mounted in. Alright, here we have it, guys. We're back in the boat. It's all cleaned up. I had one of my club members, Rod Bowersox, he does detail work. He got the entire boat all cleaned up, looking nice. It almost looks brand new again, and the colors are looking amazing. The next time I get it out in the sun, I'll show you. It really brought out the red and the gel coat. It's just, this boat sees a lot of daytime and a lot of rough weather, so it's just something that about every 3 years it's worth spending the money to have a professional detail job done, and it cleans up really nice. As you saw before, this was all a mess. But now we're ready to do the install. Everything's cleaned up, and I got my seats here. These are the brand new seats from bassboatseats.com, and it comes with all the hardware you need. I don't know, different boats probably have different mounting systems. The old seats, the backrest on these had 3 posts already built into the seat itself. These are a little bit different. We'll go into detail on that. But first thing first is you want to put the seat in first, the butt of the seat in first. So for this part, I'm just going to use the original screws that come with it. You got your 6 holes here. You just put 6 screws back in there. If you want to put epoxy in it or something like that to help keep the screws from falling out, you can. I unfortunately don't have any epoxy with me right now, so I'll go back and do it. But for time's sake, I'm going to take the time and show you guys what it's going to look like once it's all installed. And you want to hand tighten these screws. You want to start them hand tight, then run them in with the drill, because you don't want to strip out the fiberglass threads that are already put in there from the first set of screws that went in. You want to try and match them back up. So get this done, and then we will tighten them down and then move on to the backrest. And there we have it, a brand new butt seat installed. It flips up and down nice and smooth. It's tight in place. There, that is done. So now move on to the backrest. Alright guys, so I don't know if you've ever bought seats at bassboatseats.com. This is my first experience with them, and it is a little bit different than the original backrest. As you saw when I took the seats off, they had the three bolts that went through that you put the nut on the back, held them in place. Well, these, they have an insert that you pull out in the middle like this, and then it's pre-drilled with several different options. So if you want to go back through some of the original holes, you might be able to, but the design for this is you just run the supplied screws straight into your fiberglass. And the thing you have to remember when you drill fiberglass is you need to make sure you pre-drill it with a good drill bit that matches pretty much the shank of the shank. You don't want to go as big as the threads, and you also want to countersink if you can. A countersink will help prevent cracking and chipping of the fiberglass as the threads are sinking into it. So let's get this set up. And another thing is, when you set this thing up, you want to make sure you don't go too high to where the seat just kind of flops around. You want to put it down low enough to where it kind of sits in place so it won't bounce around, but you're also got it in a spot where your back is going to be supported. It's not all the way down low like that and you're sitting in the seat, but everybody's different. It's personal preference. I do like that about this, is you can adjust where you put the seat just by putting the drilling the holes and putting the screws in. So that's kind of nice. So let's get this installed and we'll go to the next seat. Now the finishing touch, put the backrest on. There you have it, brand new boat seat installed. I decided after trying it all out, I wanted to put this backrest as far down as possible. Just felt more comfortable. Up here, I felt like I was getting a little too high with the drill. You know, I would have been going into this part, and I don't know what's underneath the deck, and I didn't want to risk it, so I went straight into the backrest where the fiberglass is. No, there's nothing there to hit, so safe is better, and it's actually a lot more comfortable down low. Move over here and do this side next, and we'll get this button up, and we'll have a boat ready to go out and catch some fish in. Alright guys, here we go. Got the butt seat in already. Now we're going to mount the back end, pre-drill the hole, make sure that you kind of countersink it, and then screw it in, and you're all set. You got brand new boat seats, and I can't be happier. Let's finish this up. Well, there you have it guys. I wrapped up my boat seat install. It started to get dark, so I'm losing some light, but hopefully you guys were able to see everything okay. And you know, in all honesty, for what it is, not going with OEM, because obviously the original seats were crap. I would want to replace them with more original seats that are just going to crack out in 2-3 years at the most anyways. So I decided to go with a different company and you know, tried out different options, and bassboatseats.com was the cheapest rate that I found for this boat, and everything installed nicely, and it all works properly, and it's in there solid, so it should be good to go for many years to go. So anyways, you guys have an awesome day. Hopefully this helped you. Don't be afraid to put your own seats in, and I'll see you next time.